Hello everybody and welcome back to another Call the Boss YouTube video. Today we are going to be showing some videos of me racing at Fastimes indoor karting in Indianapolis. Each race is 8 minutes long and I finished second place in both, but did get fastest time of the day because the second race had an employee in it. So let's get on to the first race. Okay, so welcome to the first race. Getting my helmet on and everything, making sure that it is tight. Normal procedure, gotta make sure that everything is clipped into place on the bottom. This guy kind of let us go early, which annoyed me because I did not have my gloves on. So for the first lap, because I didn't want to stop randomly and then demote me, I was fiddling with my right glove, which you can't really see in this clip, but in the second race you will see my hands. First lap is always slow. Once we cross the top of the start-finish line, the timer will start, and you will see the time that it takes. Remember that each race is 8 minutes long. So now. So you can still see me, I'm kind of slow. I'm trying to fiddle with having one glove in my lap and not wanting it to disappear. So I'm going to come over here to this first spot and stop. Put my glove on. Make sure it's tight. And then I'm just looking to make sure nobody's going to hit me as I take off. That'll warm the tires up. I'm going to get caught behind him, but for now I am still in fourth place. But that was the end of the first lap. Second lap. First lap was 40.88 seconds. Now we're gonna stay behind him. Just gonna give us kind of a crap lap, but it happens. Just wanted to get at least a good time up on the board. Tried to pass him there and he just shut the door on me. That lap was a 28.19. So what I do here is what I do, what members do, and I'm a member on members night, which is stop right in the middle of the hairpin on the outer wall and wait for the perfect space to take off again. And we're gonna hopefully get in before this guy. Put your foot down, try not to block him. This is gonna end up in it being a 33-second lap, but it happens. And you can see that the track is very slick. It was a very cold day that day, and indoor karting with cold asphalt is kind of hard, but easier said than done. Coming up here, that lap is going to be a 25-second dead, which is not my best lap, but one of the better ones. They did have a pothole out on the track, which is why the wall is out like that. And there's two cones out there. You'll see in the second race, but people don't follow that. We're coming around, headed back up. That is going to be a 24.96. Slow down to let them compose themselves. And you saw that it clipped there. I just went around the track and stopped there like every other time. Got to get my speed back up. This is filled with 4 people, this race is. So we're starting our next lap. That lap that was skipped was 47 seconds. So I'm just trying to get a good time here. But stopping does let the tires cool off just a bit, even in the cold. Any heat in the tires is better than nothing. Coming back up towards the top, that lap is going to be a 24.689. Now we're going to be stuck behind her. But with how slow she's going, getting around this hairpin is an easy way to get around her. You can see how she's on the inside, and that allows me to scoop on the inside of her and drive her. That was a 29.7, but that's not bad for a lap being stuck behind somebody. Now here come my two fastest laps, or one of the two fastest laps. This is lap number 9. This was a 44.19. Very fast lap for how cold it is outside. And now is the start of my fastest lap of the race. You can see how the cart is sticking to the asphalt corners. That's very important to see in the second race. That lap is a 24.0. And then I believe I touched, yeah, I believe I touched somebody. I'm going to catch her again, and I believe I'm going to skip here to the where I pass her again. Yep, so right around the inside again, like usual. She kind of keeps her pace up, but I hold the inner wall, which doesn't make that lap easy. But still get a decent time on it. And around hairpin again. Back stretch. Up the top of the hill. That was a 24.132. Come around Chicago. Down to the bottom. And now back around the hairpin. This is going to be my second fastest lap of the race. Coming out to a 24.11. And we're in the last lap now. I normally try to end a little bit early. Just to make that really easy. And we're going to cross the top and then slow down. Because she was in front of us and I didn't want to get way up behind her. With about 40 seconds left. I looked at the time, saw how much time was left. Saw it wouldn't be really enough to pass by her and make a flying lap, so time to just pull on in and get prepared for the second race. So, hopping into the second race. This time I actually got my gloves on in time before the race started. Now this kart had some issues. Even after warming the tires up for a couple laps, you'll see it. I believe it is around this first hairpin. You can, no, I kept my line pretty good there. But you can see me adjusting the belts there. I was left them a little loose. Start of the race, as you can tell. Seems like the kart's holding pretty well. It's sliding a lot more than I wanted, but that's normal. And still sliding, but I think I was thinking it would hold in pretty well. First lap is a 25.72. And around hairpin here you can see, or around Chicago, sorry, you can see that it's hopping quite bad. And as we come around this hairpin, you'll see it, you'll see the head camera, see how it's hopping. You can see me trying to figure out if it's that tire or not. It does it up here too. Where it's just constantly wanting to hop, which does not make times easy for you. Actually makes them quite bad. And actually here's one of the prime examples. Right there. There you go. That hopping. When karts hop like that, it means that it is slowing itself down and it just causes you issues the whole time with it. You can see how I was close to that outer line. I couldn't get back to the inside because the kart wanted to keep hopping on the outer edge. So, I have now determined that this cart is quite crap. Even on the backstretch, it is popping as much as it can. So, I'm actually going to let these guys by. You can see I was not running great times. All of those were 24.5. So I actually pull in here, and I'm going to let the commentary speak for itself.
Garbage! We used to look up at the sky and wonder at our place in the stars.
So they're going to switch me into a second cart. We're now at number 4 instead of number 12. Check and make sure no traffic is coming at me. Gonna do my normal skid the tires, trying to get those rears warmed up. And so just for a frame of reference, that pit stop was almost 2 minutes. But I make up a lot of time in this race. And you can hear me saying this cart handles so much better. And there you can see that the employee, his name is Rico, is actually hitting the cones.
Brace yourself.
So this first lap is actually going to be a 24.39, which is not a bad time, especially on cold tires. Then we're going to come to our first below 24-second time in this lap. Actually gives me a 23.867. And now on to one of the famous parts. Everybody messes up, it happens, but you gotta figure your own way out of it. I spun out, it's a cold track, but I've worked there before, so getting out of them is not that hard. And now we are on to one of my fastest laps. Actually, the fastest lap of the race. This was the end of the 11th lap at 23.6. Pretty good time for what it is. And now we are flying into lap 12. Keeping my line. Cart's holding great around the hairpin and around the backstretch. And that brings this lap to a 23.47, which makes it fastest of that day. Coming around this is the last 2 laps, I believe. Actually, this is the last lap. Now, everybody gets mad in racing. I knew he was playing around afterwards. And you can hear me, hear my language there, pardon my French. But I later learned that he was just messing around with me. And if he would have said that he was doing that earlier in the race, I would have been totally fine with that. But, you know, it happens. I'll get frustrated every once in a while. And there's somebody that's spun off at the very end of it. And I'm just kind of furious, but I was looking at the lap times there. Saw that I was second yet again. Rico only got me by 0.05 of a second. But other than that, it was a great race. Both races were really fun. And I enjoyed myself, as I usually do. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I know I sure did, even at the end when I got kind of angry. But, I mean, hey, it happens. And we all have accidents. I mean, tracks change as conditions change. So, I will hope to see you guys in the next video, and have a good day. Bye-bye.